Hey guys, welcome to What If Deku had the Moku Moku no Mi Part 2, but watch till the end for a special message at the end. So here we pick up right where we left off in Part 1. So now Deku and Bakugo are going back to middle school, and when they're in the classroom, the teacher announces to the class that two of their students will be applying for UA, Bakugo and Deku. No one's surprised by this, they both have really powerful quirks. So now Deku's going home, and he knows that he's going to be applying for UA. And he knows that those exams are 10 months away. So Deku knows that he has to train his quirk so that he can be a lot more powerful. And he just wants to train his quirk so that he actually has a chance of getting into UA and not just being left behind in the dust by people with more powerful quirks. So Deku is home now. And since the UA entrance exams are 10 months away, he plans on training for all those 10 months to strengthen his quirk. So what he does is he makes a workout plan for his quirk. So the first 3 months will be spent on just better control over his smoke. Then another 4 months will be spent on the more production of his smoke. And then those last 5 months will be spent on the more power of his quirk. So Deku starts training, and so Deku is starting on manipulating his smoke better. So Deku is training on the beach, and he just decided to generate a small amount of smoke and manipulate it to see how many shapes he can make it into. So Deku starts creating smoke balls and smoke blasts, and then Deku remembers that he can turn into smoke. So Deku turns his whole body into smoke, and then he starts trying to move around. Then Deku thinks that he could propel himself like a rocket, and so Deku just turns the bottom half of his body into smoke while keeping the top half still mostly solid. So Deku does this, and then he realizes he can fly. He can fly at a pretty fast speed. So Deku starts training with this more and more, and he realizes that he can fly at speeds of around 60 to 70 miles per hour. And Deku's really amazed that he came up with a super move like this, and he's thinking of what to call it. So Deku keeps training with this, and he comes up with a name, and he names it the Smoke Launcher. I know this is just a preliminary name. I should change this in the future, but for right now, it's going to be called Smoke Launcher. And so Deku does more training with the smoke, and he turns himself into smoke, and he tries to stay in that smoke form for as long as he can. And right now his limit is 5 minutes. 5 minutes, he can only stay in his smoke form for 5 minutes at a time. Anytime over, his body will just revert back to his normal form. And I know that I am nerfing this a little bit, but you'll see why I'm nerfing this in the future. So yeah, Deku can only stay in his smoke form for 5 minutes at a time. And so now Deku is done with his first 3 months of his smoke manipulation training. So he created that move where he turns the lower half of his body into smoke so that he can fly. And then he also comes up with a few other techniques. So he comes up with Smoke Bomb, which is literally just when he creates a ball of smoke, throws it, and then once it hits a target, it will erupt into this huge ball of smoke, and it basically acts like a smoke screen. And then he also creates a move called Smoke Screen, which is where his body emits, which is kind of like Smoke Bomb, but it's not long range, it's a close range attack. So his body just starts emitting smoke, and it doesn't stop. Well, it emits smoke for about 5 seconds at a time. So it just lets out a bunch of smoke. This is the same move that he used against the sludge villain in part 1. And so now Deku moves on to his second part of his damn it. So now Deku moves into the second stage of his smoke training. So right now his limit for how much smoke he can make is 3 times the volume of his body. So he can only create that much smoke right now. And so Deku just keeps training and training every single day, and he has increased this to around 10 times. So Deku is able to create 10 times the amount of smoke as how big his body is. I'm sorry if that isn't really making any sense, but I hope you guys can understand what I'm trying to say. So now it's the end of this 4 months, and Deku can create around 11 times the amount of smoke that his body is, like, as big. So, like, I know I'm not really making any sense, but let's say one Deku equals 1 volume of smoke. Now he can create 11 volumes of smoke using his body. So, like, I hope you guys can see what I'm trying to convey here, but if you don't, sorry, I don't really know how else to explain it. So here we are on Deku's final 3 months of training for the UA entrance exams. And these are probably the most important parts of his training, because now he's working on the actual power of his quirk. So Deku is training with this smoke, and then he realized that he could manipulate the density of his smoke because he has full control over his smoke. So Deku thinks back to when he created the smoke bomb, and how the smoke bomb is like a highly compacted thing of his smoke, and then when it hits something, it then erupts into like this giant ball of smoke. So then Deku thinks, what if he could use his dense smoke to trap people? So Deku started training, and he got his mom to come outside, and he told her that he's going to be trying to create a super move on her, and she just agrees, but as long as he doesn't hurt her. So Deku turns his arms into smoke. He puts his smoke around his mother, and then he not completely solidifies it, but he increases its density. And he realized that she couldn't move, and then he lets her go. And then Deku realized that this could be used as a capture move. So Deku starts working on the power of this, and he ends up calling it Whiteout. And then Deku thinks this is just a capture move. He needs a move that will actually do some damage. So then Deku ends up creating a move that will follow up with the Whiteout, and he calls it the Smoke Strike. So basically what Deku does is he turns his arm into smoke, and then he launches a pillar of smoke towards someone. And then right before it hits them, he increases the density on the end of that smoke, and it hits them back several meters. And this knocks the person into submission, and then he would use white smoke on them. Whiteout, not white smoke. And then, so Deku now has 2 new super moves that he can use. So he starts using these in conjunction. So he uses white blow to hit the person back, and then he uses Whiteout to hit the person, and then trap them by condensing his smoke down into a smaller place. So Deku he feels battle ready for the UA entrance exams. He has several several new super moves that he can use against opponents, and he feels really confident. So this is where I'm going to end off the What If, guys. In the next part, we'll be doing the UA entrance exams, and we'll see Bakugo and Deku there, and how they'll do and how it'll change than in canon. So yeah, bye guys. See you guys in the next part. And my What If Deku Was Danny Phantom should be coming out either today or tomorrow. So I'll just get to work on that. Bye. So thank you guys for making it to the end. So here I'll be telling you the special message that I was talking about in the beginning of the video. So in the comment section, I will be putting 4 different new what if ideas, and whichever what if idea gets the most likes, I'll be doing that what if after I finish whatever what if I'm doing right now. So what if I finish what if Deku? It's probably gonna be after I finish what if Deku had the Byakugan. But basically, whichever comment gets the most likes, I'll do that one first. Whichever one gets the second most likes, I'll do that after I finish another what if, and you guys can see how this is gonna go. So go down to the comment section, take a vote, like which one you want the most, and that's the one I'll be doing.
Kumite wa owari. Kakashi no kachi da ne.